The following program is rated GE. It is suitable for general family viewing.
Well, good evening and welcome to Beyond the Limit. Limuru is cold. I know you're actually asking yourself, how is it that it's cold and it looks like it's sunny? Yes, sunny, but a little bit cold. And so that is to tell you that we have come all the way to Limuru, Utugi Angels Community, to bring you that story of hope. And when you hear Utugi, you hear angels. The Kikuyus will tell you that that basically is, is a name that speaks to greatness, is a name that speaks to giving out and giving out to society, giving out to your brother. And that's what Beyond the Limit is all about. My name is Linda Alela. Karibu sana as we get to speak to the guest of the day. Thank you for hosting us, and you're looking lovely.
Thank you.
It's your birthday, right?
Yes, today is my birthday, the 50th birthday, I think.
What birthday?
50th.
Oh, nice. And she looks really fairly young and all that. Grace and grace and grace.
Grace is sufficient.
Evidently. So this is Martha Wanjau. Martha Wanjau is the founder of Utugi Angels Community. She will tell us something small about Utugi. We have met very nice youngsters here, little boys and girls speaking to us, welcoming us in a very good way. And we just want to hear the story behind this beautiful community. So today we have the honor to have you, and as well to be hosted by you. Just what is Utugi community all about?
Okay. Utugi means grace.
Yes.
It's about service. And we rescue children with disabilities. Or rather, we serve. In our various programs we serve, we have 7 programs. And in our various programs we serve people with disabilities. One of them, we have a safe house. And we do rescue children with disabilities. We are looking at disability holistically. And that is how, and we are happy. We are happy this month.
So when you're talking about disability holistically, it means every form of disability is housed here. Or there are specific ones that you perhaps would say you focus much on autistic children, children say with cerebral palsy and all that.
A lot of our children are children with autism and cerebral palsy in such cases. So it's an issue of a lot of children who need safety and care are children who have beyond a certain thing, a certain disability that really needs an extra mile. So a lot of them happen to be autism, issues of cerebral palsy in such cases, epilepsy. Yeah.
Okay, so when you say it's a home, like basically they stay here, they board, or
They live in here.
they live in here?
Yes.
Okay, so no one who comes during the day and back home and all that?
We have so many that we serve. Even as they're seated, you might find them walking in. Like maybe, I didn't ask them to be coming. They just found their way here. Those who are mentally challenged, people from this community, they come to eat, they come to relax. And yeah, they find their way, they find peace. And actually that is why I created this ground for them, because they used to sleep on the stones. And it wasn't a good thing, but they would find peace in it. So we asked God to help us to get to the next move.
This is so therapeutic. You know, that's the first place you sport when you walk here. And then I actually had to say that we're going to do the interview from here as opposed to the office. So the story behind the beginning of Utugi Angels at 50 now has been in existence for how long? And
This is the 11th year.
this is the 11th.
Yeah, because we registered Utugi on 2013, 14th May. And we started as an outreach program. And years as we have grown, that is how we have had so many programs, including advocacy. I have just told you that you're doing a studio here.
Yes.
So because we found that we have to, if you focus on one area, then you'll find it problematic. Like if I focus only on sheltering, when I want to reintegrate that child back to the community, or if I do family tracing and find their family, I have to prepare that family to await for their child. So that is how we developed the 7 programs, which I'll tell you as we continue.
Wait a minute. You say reintegrate them back to society. You speak of, finding their families. So there are instances where, just random kids will walk in and you pick them and you house them? And how do you get to,
they cannot just come in directly.
Okay.
A child who is lost, we all belong to the government,
Yes.
so they land in the government offices.
Okay.
And so the government looks for safe places for them to stay, and that's how they request me.
And so in the process then there's the business of trying to find their family.
Yes, I have never rested. Every time, okay, there are those that have families, they are here for
Yes.
different issues. And there are also those that have, maybe they abandoned cases and they lost and they don't have families. And so you have to trace the families, because the best place for a child to be is at home. Yeah. The best place for you to
100%.
grow is in your family, in your own blood. But there are cases, in issues of disability, there are cases that it goes beyond limits. Yeah? And so people feel like it's so much weight, and they have to, some of them feel like they have to abandon their children because of the weight that it brings. And a lot of weight is not even disability related, it's social issues. It's the social stigma, the rejection, the what. It subjects them to the weight, and then they feel like, if this child is not in my life, I would do better. So I would be appreciated, I would be accepted, and I would live comfortably. So they opt for that. Others are just because children are not very mentally stable. They find they just get lost. Not that the families want them to get lost. They are also looking for the child, and I'm also looking for them. Yeah, because that is how. But sometimes I'm not successful.
Ooh. And so these ones have to find a home in this place 100%.
Yes. Yeah, and that is the reason why I, not just thinking from the beginning, I had even to think at the end. And that is how we have the industries, the cottage industries. Okay. And we are hoping to buy land where we'll do housing. We'll also do all the skills that you are imparting. We hope to do an industrial park that is disability friendly, with a therapy unit center inside, where if they go to work, they cannot be chucked off job because somebody got or fainted or just got a, yeah.
Well, this is interesting.
They will just go be attended and go back to production. Because there's some dignity that comes by earning your own money.
100%, 100%.
And our focus is maximize your self-reliance.
That's true. And that's basically what we're coming to. Before we even get to understand, how do you manage, this? Because most of the homes of this nature that I've been to, you realize that it's parents that bring the children there. And therefore they pay some certain fee that keeps you going. But before it gets to you even expounding this, let us talk, let's just take it beyond and probably get to understand what are some of the care and safety services that you provide for these children.
Yes, we have a lot of, disability has a lot of interventions, and the key being nutrition and even the care, because it's delicate. Some are drooling and they would have the whole area wet, and if it's left unattended, they will get the infections or the problems around. Their way of sleeping, the comfort, the cleaning. Actually, one of the main duties is cleaning. Because you can imagine cleaning in a normal setup and then cleaning in a disability center. It's not a joke. And there's a lot that happens. Another one that we have to really focus is issues of therapy. Because therapy in terms of addressing issues of disability is it's like food. So such interventions. Then all these children are different. So we have some, like the small ones, going to different schools, depending on where they can get their best. Like we are focusing on what is the maximum. Looking at the Ministry of Education and even the TVET, they are not friendly to disability because the systems do not allow maximizing capacities. Like when you put all of them together, it's not like an ABC class where you have to say, like, we are all teaching today, we are learning ABC, tomorrow we are going to learn 1, 2, 3. It's about someone is interested in photography, someone else has the capacity of baking, somebody else has a capacity of handicrafts.
So how do you address these educational requirements and needs? And like you say, I have seen some of them in uniform and everything. Are there some of them that actually just study from here? Are there some of them that actually go to other schools?
And even all those that even go to other schools, they study here.
Okay.
They still study here.
Okay.
Because what we are trying to find is what is there that is not with us? So we have that moment of catching up with that as you also maximize on here. Because at the end of the day, this child is a full responsibility of Utugi Angels.
Yeah.
So we have to think about what is the best about the child. You don't have to embrace and hold the child here, while you know that the Littleton School has something that can offer. Makutano Special Unit has something that they can offer. So issues of disability is not an area that you can work in isolation. We work with a lot of, we collaborate with so many, very many.
Very many across.
Even in the community, they are really helpful. Because even as they come in to help, you'll see people walking in here to help us wash clothes. There are others who will come here to help us. We get supported by the community.
Beautiful. So how many kids do you have?
Here, 20.
20 of them. And so how do you handle them? How do you manage them? If you're going to say that, and are they just from within? Or perhaps there are times where you'd probably travel different parts in the country and you see one of them, or you get to a government entity and they bestow the child?
What happens, the placement of these children, a lot is the government looks for me to come and request, and then so we process that for them to find them here. But right now, the government is moving from sheltering these children. So I don't know, we are also preparing if we don't fit in. I don't know what will happen, because this is an area where children continue being born. But we have to find a way out, because these are children of God and they belong to this country. So we will be shifting according to as the laws shift. But again, we have to hold them, because they are children of God and we don't know what to do. So maybe in future, what may happen is that we might, we are looking into doing a SIRIT center, that is a social integration, rehabilitation, innovation and training center.
That's a huge thing.
Yes, it is going to be an inclusive setup where maybe parents can come and pay for their children. It's an integrated, so it will have normal children and the ones who have challenged. Yeah, because that is the best setup for any other.
Hold it right there, and I agree to that, because then you also want these ones that are in a way disabled to learn from the ones that are okay. You also need them to come in and help them and assist them. Allow us to take a quick short break. It requires a huge heart to handle such a task. We take a quick short break and then we come back to understand some more what that will be all about and just how possible or practical it is in the country after this break. Welcome back to Beyond the Limit. As much as we've been hosted by Martha Wanjau, who is the founder of Utugi Angels Community, we are the ones who are hosting her tonight, that is on Beyond the Limit. Even before we get into the nitty-gritty details of what she was just telling us before we took that break, Martha, I'm curious. Most of the people I have met handling such homes and, institutions or communities that handle persons with disability will tell you that, oh, it's because maybe I had a child who was physically challenged and therefore it got me wanting to learn more. It got me wanting to open up such an entity. What got you here? Just who is Martha?
Martha is just a simple woman, a village girl from Eldamaravin, married in Meru, living in
Limuru. Those are like three worlds, different worlds.
But I would just say that it's God's calling, because I don't have a child. I don't think I have a relative I know of that with a disability close to me, very close to me. It's just a push. Something pushed me to be a solution to this need. But I'm also brought up in a family where I saw people treat the world well. Yeah, I would, as a child, I would say, my father used to be a medic, and I would see him all over the night, waking up to attend to emergencies from the village. And I also saw my mother rescue children, put them in safety. As a teacher, she went beyond her. So I think I was socialized to just treating the world right. And maybe over the years, I just find myself also treating the world right.
Nice. And Meruman is like comfortable with that because it takes a lot of energy, it takes a lot of grace to handle this.
But also I have experienced as I have grown, I think I have been with a lot of warmth. Yeah.
And around this support from where you married and all that.
Yes.
And they're okay with this.
Yes.
Okay.
My journey of life has been good. Yeah, it didn't have those great things, but it had a beautiful life. And that is what I wish to live. I wish to live a good life. And I know good life comes from our perception and what flows out of our hearts. So our thinking and our hearts, whatever you carry is what is good life. Hizi zingine tu ni baraka za Mungu.
I agree to that. And like you say, there are bigger plans. Even before you tell us the bigger plans, what did it take to set up Utugi Angels Community? Because I'm imagining the licensing, and like you rightfully say, you're working with the government and all that. You have to, you have to run this according to the systems.
Yes. Yeah. It has been a journey because all through, by the way, even before we started like Utugi, we still used to help people, but we didn't know that we were doing the wrong thing according to the law.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
so we have so many children have grown here. Not even the challenged ones, even the ones who are not challenged. Even right now, because of the trust that Utugi has with people, you find even people, they are also helping other people through.
There's a community.
Yeah, they come and ask me, I want to pay school fees for a child who, like this, when they define that child is not here. We still direct, because people are still coming to outcry here thinking that maybe we don't have much, but with what we have, we are able to serve the ones. There is a way God works for himself. It's not about us. It's about, have you done what God has told you to do? Yeah, I woke up and I'm listening to the voice of God, and that is what I'm doing. So I don't have to work alone. He sends angels to come and offload me those burdens. Because he needs to keep me alive and kicking as long as he wants me to be, so that the children can have hope, and those that have lost hope can have a place, a solace, find solace, or can find a place to lean on. And maybe that is how me and my husband, maybe God chose us to be that team.
Wow.
There are moments that God has guided me.
Like
there are things that he has unfolded.
Could you paint a picture of what that moment looks like? That finally, and they say, yes, this is my child. Or yes, she probably left home long time ago. We didn't know where she went to. But finally, we are reunited. Sometimes some of them are skeptical. Do you have to do DNA tests and all that?
In most cases, what has happened has not pushed us to go to the DNA way, because a lot of people, like if a child is lost, they have also reported in their police station.
Okay.
And I have also received through an OB. So if it matches, and you'll even see the looks. Like if I take you to your family, I'll find something. Maybe your eyes look like your dad's or your mom's.
Yeah.
There's that thing that makes that. And then there's a lot of documentation that goes along with these kind of things. So you'll find that document or that report, police OB, is also matching with the other one.
Are there instances where maybe a child has grown to like this place, to know that this is home, and now you have to let go of them to their family?
Yes, a lot of them.
How is it like? I mean, I can imagine, because then also you're telling them, I'm removing you from your home, the home that you've known, to a different one.
You cannot just take a child and take back home.
Okay.
You have to safeguard the child, because it's a lot of weight in the brain, and it will affect the child until later. So you wait, because sometimes there is a house here that we rent for parents or for cares, so that they come and bond with the children. They have a period to bond before we take them. Not all cases that you are able to bring in for bonding, because families are different, and also there are cases that when you have reintegrated from in that family, it's not a situation that has allowed you even to bring on board that person. But there are different cases, and we are settling them as they unfold. So when they come here, maybe we give them like 5 months of bonding with their own child, and then in that time, during that period, we are also learning who are you and who are your other people. So we'll all go to your people to hand the child to the larger family. we will leave the child in a safer ground. They will know that, okay, maybe you are the one who had abandoned the child. You have seen your mistake. You have also been cancelled. We have many professionals working here. There are others who are paid by other organizations. There are others who come here for internship, like the one you've just met here.
Yes.
There are others, there are many professionals that are required in such a setup. But I thank God because He has opened so many doors of people even giving their professional expertise here, a lot of them free of charge or affordable costs.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
So when you take them through the sessions, you have prepared the person, you have also prepared the child. Like now I have a child I've just shown you. We are preparing the family to receive
Oh, okay.
the child next
The
year.
one who was the
Yes,
censor, all right.
yes. We've done all the interventions, and as we had intervened for a period because of a certain problem, loss of a parent. But again, the child is young, and they need to really belong to the family. So we can support the family to take care of their own child as we go. But at the moment, for the last 2 years, they really needed, that child had to be away after the loss of a parent, and we have already prepared them. So we are settling the schools where they'll attend, and that is why we have a huge outreach program, more than we serve here.
Yes, before you briefly tell us about that, and as well the bigger picture of what it is that you intend to achieve. Therapy is key. You told me about the very same boy, and you said for the very first time he's uttered a word or repeated a word someone had said. What goes into the process of therapy? How do you manage that?
There is a lot of things that happen. You know, some of these therapies are almost like natural processes. You see, like when you're jumping in the trampoline, it's therapeutic. When you get into that hole and swing, it's therapeutic. When you're rubbing the sand on the children's feet or the body, it's therapeutic. There are some therapies that once you're introduced, the therapist introduces you, you can manage with other stuff.
Okay.
And then there are professional therapists that even give their expertise here.
Yeah.
Yes. And we have one visually impaired who serves here.
Oh, nice. So what are some of the activities that you do here? I mean, agriculture, I'm told, a bit of artwork and all that. So
this is a holistic approach. So you'll find that we do production, we even sell cleaning material. To sustain this place is very expensive. So we're also doing products. We're also training, doing actual things. You know, this is not like a class setup only. So we are doing handicrafts, you're doing things in the farm. We have the animals, the cows, we have the pottery project, we have sunguras, kondo.
different places.
It's a small space with everything. We are also doing bakery. We are baking products. So all those things, we also sell. The people buy from us when they come in. Like today, as you go, if you have your 50 shillings, you can buy a handicraft in memory of having come here. And this money is helping us to sustain this place. Yeah, although it is not sufficient, it's far from sufficient, but it's supporting somewhere. Yes.
Definitely, your organization does a lot. What keeps you going? What motivates you? In as much as you say that it's basically because you love, you know, helping people. It can get to a point where you think, oh, maybe I should just drop this and do something else. What is this one factor that drives you?
I am driven by the fact that the transformation. You see, looking at a child, there are moments that I have rescued children who look like they'll die any minute. And they have lived like 5 years later. Wow. They have come from a point of looking like hopeless to a very hopeful child. You look at the innocence that goes by with children. They don't deserve the worst. They deserve the very best. So you are motivated by the fact that you want to be in the part of the life of this child. And even as they are writing their beautiful history, I'm part of that history. That is all that makes me wake up.
Martha, I know we have so much to talk about, but then again, time would not allow us. What is this one thing that you'd probably tell the government, that you'd tell society, that you would tell parents that perhaps could be having children with disability and they opt to lock them in the house because of stigma and all these kind of things? What is this that you would tell someone who'd wish to set up such a center just so they can be a safe space for such children?
I would wish to tell them that every child is a gift from God. There is no child who comes by mistake. Right. There are people who are really just struggling to get that one child. take that child like a very special gift from God. Every other thing will run itself.
Yeah.
Know that once you love, God knows. You know, even the Bible tells us where there is unity or there is that, you know, that oil and everything, the beauty of it.
Right.
Because I have seen a lot of beauty in these children. I enjoy these moments every now and then. I think I'm the happiest person in this world.
Evidently, you know, you're just all smiling, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's nice.
Because I'm living according to God's purpose, and I'm also enjoying seeing the transformation. And I am determined to continue being in the history. Even when the policies change and maybe disadvantage rescue, we will have to redefine it because they still need to be rescued.
That's true.
So if we can do a school and say they are just there, you know, learning free of charge, it's still rescue. It's only that it is redefined. Yeah, but I would wish to say that there's a lot of love with these children because they are genuine, they are sincere. Take care of your angel because the beauty of it lies in your heart and your mind, your perception. Open your mind as much as possible because everybody has their troubles.
Beautiful. Amazing story. Big heart. Utugi, just like the name. And the angels in here, I know, are the angels that remind you that there's so much to life. We really need to appreciate these kids. We really need to appreciate ourselves so that we can all have a community and a life that is friendly, a life that we all get to enjoy despite the difficulties that come with them. I think it's important that we get to enjoy some cake now that it is Martha's birthday. I mean, we always say that we are in the business of enjoying life and selling hope. So allow us to say kwaheri as we cross over to the other side to enjoy some more of the birthday moments. Martha Wanjau, Utugi Angels founder, Santi Sana for speaking to us.
Karibu.
All right, do have yourself a lovely, lovely night. My name is Linda Alela. Bye-bye.